Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to another ASX Daily Rundown video. I am recording this video quite late. Current time is 7:45 p.m. So hopefully this is an abbreviated version of these videos. I did have a look at some of your comments that you did write on yesterday's video. Someone did say these videos are too long, and then someone else said they like these long videos. So there we are. Nice said these are too long. Target of 15 minutes is good. Hopefully you could wrap it up in 20 minutes. And then someone else said, I like the longer videos. It's like a podcast. LOL. Now, I won't go through these comments in this particular video. There are some interesting ones. Thoughts on Spartan Resources, SXE breakout. In fact, I have written down some of the companies I want to talk about before I record this video. Nade's one of the companies. MMA Offshore is interesting. So, yeah, I might talk about MMA Offshore and maybe Findy and Spartan Resources in tomorrow's video. So let's have a look at how the market performed today, and then we'll have a look at some of the interesting announcements. So I do have a few written down here. Company did release two companies released their half-year results. One company went absolutely gangbusters, and in fact, I bought some shares in that company. Wasn't necessarily a breakout, but you're able to see by the chart why I bought shares in that company. And the share price of the other company that released the half-year results went down. But that chart of that company also looks really interesting because the share price of that company had been consolidating, going sideways for about 4 or 5 months. And whenever I see a share price of a company going sideways for that period of time, I'm just waiting for breakout. And sometimes a breakout can be to the upside, sometimes to the downside. And for this company, the breakout looks like it was to the downside. Also talk about Pentanet and another company called C29. Maybe it's C29 Metals. Quite a few companies have 29 in their name or in their ticker code, and this is another one. However, I'm pretty sure their announcement has nothing to do with copper. And then we'll have a look at the top gainers. Actually, no, we'll have a look at the top gainers and losers. Should we do that before or after the announcements? We'll do that after the announcements. And then we'll have a look at two charts, at least two charts. So let's have a look at let's have a look at not the announcements. Let's have a look at how the market performed today. And just by looking at the ASX 200 flat, or ordinaries flat, small ords flat, tech flat, resources flat. When I say flat, not necessarily 0%, but not much change from yesterday to today. So we could call this quite a muted day. Energy had a good day, up 0.6%. Information technology, IT, down 0.5%. And if you look at the indices, the worst one was gold. So gold must have had a bad day. I haven't been following the goings on in any commodities. So gold, well, not really. This is a daily chart. Nothing much going on with gold. I have no idea. I do know Bitcoin had a bad day yesterday, down 8.5%. Up a little bit now, but back into a support level for Bitcoin. But anyway, not a really exciting day on the ASX. Interesting enough, I had a look at this particular page halfway through the day. I was working, and when I'm working, sometimes my mind lingers to what's happening on the markets. And when I had a look at this, ASX 200 banks was up about 0.5%, and financials was up about 0.4% or something. So obviously in the second half of the day, banks had a bad day. And I think, let's have a look at ANZ Bank. We could even have a look at CBA. Let's have a look to see if that's true. Yeah, it looks like the bank, or ANZ Bank, got to almost $29.10 and finished at $28.69. So definitely share price sold off during the day. And Commonwealth Bank, yeah, same thing. It actually gapped up on open and went up to $116.80 and closed down. So a little bit of selling pressure on the banks. I'm not sure why, but that's probably one of the only interesting things I saw on the ASX today. The other one was the gold. I'm not sure why gold's down when gold price is not doing much at all. So let's have a look at some of the interesting announcements today. So this is actually the announcements on CommSec, and I just want to see if there was any other announcements that were released after last time I looked. No. Okay. So the day started with Southern Cross Electrical Engineering. They released an announcement at 8:22 a.m. titled "Data Center and Resources Awards Over $70 million." Now, the really interesting thing about this particular announcement is when you have a look at the chart for Southern Cross Electrical Engineering, you'll see the share price did break out. Someone commented on this. That showbiz SXE breakout, and this is the 5-minute chart. Let's have a look at the daily chart. And my first thoughts were something's going on here. Share price yesterday rallied. It was a really good rally, 6.9% on pretty good volume. No announcements were released that I can remember. And then I saw this announcement, and my first thoughts were someone knew about the announcement. Someone knew this was going to be released by the company, and that's why the share price rallied the previous day. And to be honest with you, it's a bad look, but nothing ever happens when that sort of thing does transpire, even though it's quite obvious. And to really back that sort of cynical view, the share price did absolutely nothing on a pretty positive announcement. Share price actually went down by 1.5%. In fact, at one point in the day, the share price was down to 96 cents. So it was down about 3 or 4%. And after a positive announcement, that's just telling me that this news was already in the market. Maybe it was loose lips. Maybe this announcement was, or this news flow was somewhere else and people knew about it. But this is exactly why I'm interested in this company. Data Center and Resources Awards over 70 million. So this company has recently came onto my radar. And when it came onto my radar, I looked at the chart, I went, this chart is looking pretty good right now. Increasing volumes since September last year, another good sign. So definitely have Southern Cross Electrical Engineering on my radar. The name could be changed. And yeah, so just waiting maybe for a little bit of a dip. I don't know. Chart is looking good. Everything's looking good for this company. So definitely a company to put on your watch list. So do some research on the company, have a look at what they're doing, and I am bullish on the future of this company. So maybe I should just buy shares in the next few days. And the share price will struggle to get above $1. It was already struggling to get above $1 because it's a resistance level, a natural resistance level. Now, the two companies that released half-yearly results today, and probably the only other two companies I want to talk about really in depth, is Clover Corporation. There's the announcement. Clover Corporation half-year results, share price down 22.98%. I actually did have a look at it, and I can understand why the market has punished Clover Corp. No interest in this company. I don't think there's going to be much of a bounce. In fact, this is a sort of movement where I won't try to trade the bounce. So the share price has been in a downtrend. Share price has been going sideways since about November last year, so the last 4 months. And when I do see the share price going sideways like this, I'm just waiting, just being patient. So very little volatility in the share price movement and a really low volume. We did see a pickup in volume, a volume spike on the 15th of March, so 5 calendar days ago, but not much movement in the share price. So that could be just a cross trade in one broker, someone selling a large amount of shares to someone else, or maybe it's just a transference of shares from one account to another. I don't know. And then the share price fell 23% today. This is a bearish signal, and I would not be trading Clover Corporation at all at this point in time. And it was a fairly bearish results as well. I think revenue down a lot, a profit down a lot, that sort of thing. We're talking about 30, 40%. And the share price has been a downtrend since, when you look at the weekly chart, has been a downtrend since late 2019, early 2020. And last time share price was this low was way back in 2017, 2018. So I would be waiting for a bit of a turnaround in this company. I have a feeling the market cap of Clover Corporation is probably around 100 million now after today's drop. Yeah, $103 million right now. And that may be too expensive. I don't know. So that was the first company that released the half-year results. The second company that released the half-year results, and I did take a position in this company, was Tuas. Nice results, okay results, not quite profitable just yet, but cash flow positive. That's the important thing for me. Highly operating cash flow positive, about 24 million. They did spend a fair bit of money on property, plant, and equipment, which is capital expenditure, so just slightly free cash flow positive, just slightly. The market liked it. Share price for Tuas up 12.84%. And let's have a look at the chart. And this was, for me and my investing style, trading style, this was a no-brainer. doesn't mean it will be a successful trade. Now, this is a weekly chart, so even the weekly chart looks pretty good. So share price actually broke out. If I was following this company, this trading style last November, I might have bought at about $2 and say 25 cents on the breakout on the 13th of November. A beautiful breakout. I wasn't really following this company at this point in time, but I did start following this company about 3 months ago, and the share price moved into a beautiful uptrend, has continued in the uptrend, and we have seen the results, and share price has kicked up. So not really kicking myself that I bought on the breakout back in November at 225 because I'd be up a fair bit. But this is just, it hit my trade signal. This is a trading signal announcement. Increase in volume the last month and a bit. We are seeing that. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll be able to see that just on the weekly chart. Some really good increase in volume. You have to zoom in a little bit to really see that. So 5 weeks in a row where we've seen abnormal volume. That's another good sign that fund managers get interested in this company. I'd say they're already interested in this company. Has a market cap of, according to TradingView, 1.6 billion and is barely profitable. So the market thinks this company is going to do fantastic things over the next few years. I think maybe a definite argument is the valuation is a little bit too rich. And I'm trying to put that sort of thinking aside, just trade the chart. And this was a buy based off what I am looking for in my trades. Simple as that. Follow my rules. Another interesting company who did go into trading halt today was Pentanet. Now, the interesting thing about Pentanet was they released an interesting announcement yesterday, and I sort of bypassed that announcement and went straight to NVIDIA. And they, again, name dropped in NVIDIA. And yesterday, the share price went to a high of 11 cents, and there was a massive sell-off. Share price opened up 22%, and the next 10 minutes went as high as 11 cents, and eventually the share price closed at 8.2 cents. So a lot of selling came in during the day, which makes me think maybe someone, again, thought possibly the company's doing a capital raising and I should get out and take profits. And this is exactly what companies management should do if they need to do a capital raising. Do a capital raising after share price has bounced up like Pentanet has over the past few days. Exactly what management should be doing. Do a capital raising when the company is overvalued or valued more than it was in the past. So Pentanet. The other one was C29. Trying to find it here. Here it is. C29 metal. So probably something to do with copper. I'm pretty sure copper is the 29th metal. And the announcement was C29 acquires transformative high-grade uranium project. And we're going to see more and more of these acquisitions and these sort of uranium announcements because uranium is the latest fad. We're not going to see as many lithium unless lithium goes on another run. And we'll see more and more of these sort of acquisitions. And the weirdest thing about C29 is just like Pentanet, we saw some selling today. So a little bit of selling. And look, that is a really bad one-day candlestick. Share price opened at 11 cents, went to a high of 12 cents. Share price closed at 8 cents. So those who bought near the high or on the high are already down at 33% from the time they bought it. And that will cause some negative sentiment in the share price. That's why this one-day candlestick is really negative. It's actually quite bearish. Even though share price is up 14.3%, a fairly bearish one-day candlestick, and a lot of sellers in today. So even though share price popped up, the market is not that enthused about this announcement, and that's just based off the selling. So what was promising, what looked like a promising announcement, did not turn into a promising announcement at all. I'm pretty sure that's all the announcements that I wanted to talk about. Top gainers today, let's have a look at that. Top gainers, I actually know what I want to talk about here. Only two. The first two at the top of the list, Lord Resources and Lion Energy. Two companies I have never heard of before. Both of these companies' share price popped up over 40% on pretty good turnover, above $1 million in turnover for Lion Energy, above $2 million turnover for Lord Resources. Compare that to number 3 company, Pearl Gull Iron, turnover of $8.5 thousand. Don't want to talk about that. Sierra Retile, who came in number 4, looks like there might be a takeover bid for that company. That's why the share price popped up there. And the rest of the companies I don't really need to talk about. Even if you look by market cap, nothing too exciting there. We have Tuas up the top there. Clarity Pharmaceuticals had a good day. Kelly Partners is getting absolutely ridiculously overvalued. I'm pretty sure Kelly Partners now has a PE ratio of something like 70 or 80. It's getting silly at the moment. PE ratio of 95, sorry, 95 for this type of company. That's stupid. Dividend yield is zero. I don't understand why the market is doing what it's doing with this company. I just don't understand. Look at the share price. It's gone from $4.10 in October to $6.50, and even just look at the growth of this company. There's growth, but it's nothing to justify P ratio of 9. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. It's okay to miss something because we'll always miss something. What else? Silk Logistics has fallen a lot, so it looked like a rebound there. Anything else interesting there? No. So let's talk about Lion. What was it? It was Lion or Lord Resources and Lion Energy. I was going to call it Lord Energy and Lion Resources. Both companies actually did release something today. So let's have a look at this. So LIO. Is it LIO? LRD and LIO. LRD and LIO. So Lord Resources, to cause a bit of excitement in the market, released an announcement called Strategic Partnership as MinRes Farms into Horse Rocks. I did not have a look at this announcement. Not the sort of announcement that I get too excited about, but the market absolutely loved it. So let's have a look at the chart. Is this a breakout for Lord Resources, even though it's not my favorite type of announcement? Not really. And there was a bit of selling today. Share price went to a high of 12 cents. Share price closed at 7.6 cents. So even though we had really big and high volume, share price not quite a 6-month high. At the highs, it definitely was. We saw a fair bit of selling today. And understandably why share price was significantly higher 1 year ago. In fact, the share price 1 year ago in April went to a high of 34 cents. Now it's 7.6 cents. So not interested in that announcement. Maybe we can be interested in Lion Energy, up 44%. They released an announcement, development approval obtained for Brisbane Hydrogen Hub. I didn't care about that announcement, but the market liked it, 44%. Let's see if this is a breakout. All getting exciting here. Oh, this is looking better. At least the share price didn't close down the share price didn't go lower from the open. Share price actually rose during the day. So it opened at 2.7 cents, went to a high of 4.4 cents, but closed at 3.6 cents. So there's a little bit of selling. And we saw a little bit of selling when the share price went to the old highs we saw back in April last year, which is understandable. So all you have to do is put a line right there, that old highs. That's a really natural resistance level for this company. When I say natural, because human nature is natural. And you can see share price struggling to get above that level back towards the end of 2022, started 2023, got to that level today and then sold off. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a breakout, but it looks better than the last two we did see, Lord Resources, and what was the other one? Lord Resources and C29. Looks much better. No losers. I went through the losers, nothing of interest in the losers. So I'm going to finish this particular video by looking at two charts. The first one is Fiducian. In fact, I own both of these companies. I think that's the reason why I included both these charts. Fiducian, a beautiful bounce, a beautiful breakout. So share price broke out on the release of their half-year results on the 12th of February, went above the resistance level. Share price took off, went to $7.20, and then we saw a little bit of a correction. Not a lot of volume in this correction. Share price moved into this green zone, which is the shorter-term moving average, and we saw the share price bounce off that. Share price got close to the support level, which was the old resistance level at $6.40, and the share price has taken off again on increasing volume or higher volume when the share price dipped. That's exactly what you want to see. And now the share price at $7.49 is at a 1.5 year high. Last time I was this high was September 2022. So this chart is looking pretty good, particularly this rally off the bounce. So I wouldn't say I was getting concerned about the dip, but you do want to see the share price get to a newer high, and looks like Fiducian has done that. Now, email payments was a possible breakout. I think I talked about this in a recent video. In fact, I said I bought into email payments when it broke out above the previous resistance level, which was $1. And then the share price on the 15th of March closed at $1.26, which was right in the new resistance zone. You can see share price struggled to get above $1.24 to $1.26 back between September and November last year. So what we're waiting for is that zone to be beaten. Share price closed on the Friday at $1.24, went to a high of $1.27 or so. And what I wanted to see was the share price remain above about $1.24. And then on Monday, share price fell below that resistance level. So now that is a solid resistance level. And the share price and the market will test this level time and time again. Wouldn't be surprised to see the share price fall towards $1, test this support level. And the next break we're looking for is above about $1, say above $1.28. So even though it looked like it might have been breaking, it might have been looking like it was a breakout on Friday. No, I like to just wait to get confirmation that it is a breakout. Nice volume. Pretty sure the company released an announcement. So we had a lot of things going for it, but we just wanted, or I just wanted confirmation. So happy to remain as a holder right now. So my last parcel was $1.08, but I'm willing to add into my trading position if I see a break out again happen above that level. So that's all I've got for this video. Hope it's been about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And maybe my videos in the future will be around about 20 minutes. But I can ramble on sometimes. So if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comment section, or any questions, leave them in the comment section of this video. And I'll talk about it in Thursday's edition of Kneppy's ASX Daily Rundown. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.